everyone in Latin America. I'm just so glad that I was allowed to come, even if it was via video. I certainly will miss seeing all of you there. I met so many of you in my many travels. It just didn't work out for me this time, but I promise to check you out the next time we have an opportunity to get together in person. But with that, I thought I'd share with you a little bit about customer experience and where we've come. You know, I took this role some 16, 18 months ago. And you and I were on a journey to figure out how we could make that customer experience better, and also how we make it easier on all of you to deliver it. I've thought a lot about it. You know, it's somewhat of a philosophical mindset, right? To really think about what it is to listen. I often reference my wife, my relationships, right? If you ever see any movies, there are always therapists who talk to individuals and say, you know, can you repeat what the other person said? And in an effort to make sure that you really heard, right? And so that's really what we've done over the last year. And in 2016, we let our customers know that their voices really matter. We let you know that your voices really matter. And I think we did that in a very authentic way, something, you know, slightly different than maybe in the past. So with that, we had glowing, right, reviews in terms of how we had performed prior to that. So we went from a -16 to a -1 as an overall company. Interestingly enough, in Latin America, you all were really onto something because you had a 23. That's actually the highest score out of SAP, Concur, right? The highest score there was about a 22. So in Latin America, having a 23 was pretty darn good. So I would like to just pause a second so you can all give yourselves a round of applause, because that's a pretty great feat. Now this year, 2017, looks a little bit different. You know, if you think back to 2016, we had a lot to say. You know, we let folks know about their innovation. We let them know cool things were coming their way. And then in 2017, when we started asking folks, you know, how did the year round out, a lot of them said, hey, you've got to kind of put yourself in a position to follow through with your promises, right? And so if you look at some of the scores here over the first quarter and second quarter, you'll find that we have some room to follow through on the promises that we made last year. This year as a company, we're at about -9.3, so we've dropped about 8 points. And then in Latin America, it's about -3.5, so quite a significant difference than the feedback we had last year. And I know I often come to this stage and talk with all of you, and you see me come up, and you know I'm going to talk about customer experience, and most of you wonder, well, you know, what is it that I can do personally? I know, you know, each of you have a multitude of customers that you walk through a experience with them and what it's like to deploy, what it's like to help support them. And you wonder, you know, what is it that I can do personally, right, to help their experience? There seems to be so many people involved in the deployment, so many people involved in helping our customers out, that it's sometimes difficult to figure out what you can do in your shoes. And so a couple things, I'm sure Chris has probably already let you know that he challenged his entire leadership team to get certified in some of our new innovations. There's some great programs out there for you to check out, and taking that responsibility, taking that onus on yourself, right, to find the knowledge that you need to be more successful with your customers is important. So it's easy to go out and check those things out, get certified, do the training. You can also take time to really think about how you respond to customers. A lot of our customers are saying, you know, our responsiveness isn't fast enough. And while a lot of times we think of that more like, you know, support responsiveness, we can also do that on our own. Just think about how quickly you respond to an email, if you pick up the phone and give folks a call. All of those things are really important in terms of being responsive, and they're things that you can do today. I think the third thing that I think about when folks ask me, hey Lisa, you know, there's all these problems with my customers, you know, it's a support issue or it's a product issue. You know, I think we can all look at other departments and, you know, throw a bit of advice their way or let them know what we think they need to be doing. But at the end of the day, if we all, kind of look upon ourselves and think about what can we do, that's super important too. So I mentioned two things already, right? The first one was to really look at the training that you can do on your own. The next one was to really think about your proactiveness in terms of responsiveness and emails and phone calls. But the third one is one where our customers really encourage us a great deal. And that is around, hey, well, I have a little friend over here that has a lot to say. Her name is Ziva. Ziva, you have a lot to say about customer experience? So she's coaching me in the background. She's my producer today, so thanks, Ziva. But the thing is, our customers and even you have let me know that, it doesn't seem like you all connect very well together in the process of deployment or understanding me as a customer. And so we'd like to see you all work together. And one of the things I'd like to encourage you all to do is, while you're on different teams and you're working on different projects, working on different components of projects for customers, that it's important for you to sort of reach across to your peers in other departments and see how you can help them be more successful. And when you see them, approaching a pitfall, help them up, help each other, because our customers look at us as SAP Ariba, not as CEEs, not as a support team, not as a deployment team. They look at us all as one. And that's really the mind shift I ask from you, is to begin to think about our customers' feedback and experience, based on how they view us, which isn't as much as individuals as it is as an overall company and how that experience comes through. So with that, I know that it's also extremely important that you learn what the company's doing cross-functionally to help you and your customers. And that's been tough, right? You do see that the problems they talk about, especially this year, are around the quality of the product. It's around supplier enablement and all the things that come through that. It's about our readiness and their readiness in terms of innovation, how much we know about it, how much we can educate them on best practice. And it's also about our responsiveness. And absolutely, it has to do with support, but it's really about anyone that comes into contact with the customer. And so I want to help you with that, right? One of the key things in listening is letting folks know that you've heard them and that their voice matters. And so I want to make sure that this year my team helps you succeed in letting the customers know that indeed their voice mattered in the survey process, and let them know that it mattered so much that we've actually done something about it. And so I'm here to introduce to you today part of the dashboard that you already have access to that gives you insights from your customer feedback is now also going to contain a dashboard. And this dashboard is actually to explain to you what else is going on in the company. What in the world are we doing in services? What are we doing to fix that quality? And so what we've created is a dashboard. And in this dashboard, you'll get an opportunity to understand fully what other teams are doing, what other leaders are doing to help you deliver that great customer experience. In this dashboard, you'll also get customer-facing material that you can actually tell customers, hey, I heard you in the last survey. You told us, that the quality you expected to come in our new innovation was not quite up to what you expected. And so I want to let you know what we're doing. And so we'll have, customer-facing content that you can cut and paste. You can put in an email. You can talk to them over the phone to let them know that, we're not just out there forcing them to do surveys, that we are actually doing something about it and that it's important. So I'm going to walk you through a little bit of that demo right now so that you can see exactly what you have to leverage in terms of letting our customers know just how important they are, how important their voices are, and that those surveys, right, albeit 10, 15 minutes long, really do have an importance to them and to us, and that we are doing something with that information. I also want to let you know, each of you there, that the Voice of the Employee surveys that go out, your voice really aligns with our customer. All of you really share the same experiences. You've let us know as leaders that, hey guys, we kind of operate in these silos. It's tough to know what a previous team has done, how I complement that, and sometimes I wonder if another team understands what I'm doing and why I'm doing that, and making sure that we come together for the customers. You've also told us that you need more information more quickly, that you need to understand the innovations as best as you can, as best as we can offer, so that you can let our customers know. Not just the functionality, but also the value they get from it. And so hopefully in this dashboard, you'll see a couple projects that are going to help fix those things. And so one of them that I'm going to feature in my demo is the EAT project. So let's get started on that demo, and you can actually see how that works. And so with that, I just want to thank you all. I look forward to my next trip to Latin America to see you all. And with that, here's to customer experience.